Perek Tezayin Mishnah Hey. This Mishnah deals with methods which one can use to prevent a fire from spreading on Shabbos. So says the Mishnah, Rabbi Shimon ben Nanos Omer. Rabbi Shimon, the son of Nanos, says, Person shall gedi al gabe sheido teva or migdal. A person is allowed to spread the hide, the raw hide, which is still moist and therefore is fire resistant. He's allowed to spread it over a piece of furniture, a shiddo teva or migdal, which means they're all made out of wood, a chest, a box, or some sort of chest of drawers, or a closet, some sort of cupboard, different types of furniture. She'ochaz or migdal she'ochaz bohenes ha'or, where the fire has sort of taken hold partly onto these kelim, but they haven't spread over the entire keli. And he wants to place this hide over the keli to prevent the fire from spreading. So he's allowed to do that, because he's merely singeing the hide. Now the Rambam in Pirush Mishnayos explains that when it says mipnei in the Mishnah, it's not giving a halachic explanation of why he's able to do it, but rather he's just explaining why he would want to do it. And the reason why he would want to do it is that he would, like I said, that the hide is raw, is moist a bit, and it's fire resistant. So if imagine a person's got a keli, an item, a cupboard, a chest of drawers, and it's beginning to, so the fire is sort of, it's alight, but it's only just begin to take hold of a corner, a small part of it, he would take the hide and place it over it, and that would prevent the actual item from burning. So he's allowed to do that. And we'll see the explanation a little later on what the svara is. Va'osin mechitza b'kol hakelim. Similarly, a person is allowed to make a fence or a sort of a partition made out of kelim, of vessels, bein maleim, bein rekonim, whether the vessels are full with water, whether they're empty, b'shvil shelo savar hadleka, in order that the fire doesn't spread. So in other words, a person, there's a fire in someone's courtyard, home or something like that, and he wants to contain it. He doesn't want it to spread further. So he's allowed, according to this Tana, to make a sort of a barricade, a wall made out of kalim, and he can even fill these kalim with water, so that as the fire approaches them, and if the fire sort of tries to go beyond these kalim, and the kalim cannot endure and cannot contain the fire, they might break, and the water within the kalim would spill and would extinguish the fire. And that, according to this Tana, is mutter. And the reason is because this Tana holds gram kibui is mutter, which means he's doing the malacha of mechaber, which is extinguishing a fire, which is one of the 39 malachas. But he's doing it indirectly. It's called gram kibui, indirect extinguishing. And see, the Tana holds normally gram kibui, doing a malacha indirectly, is still osam midrabanan. If he does it, of course, directly, he's over the deraisa. But if he does it indirectly, that reduces his action to a drabonon. And b'makom hefsid moment, when in a situation of financial loss, Chazal will not go there, and therefore it would be mutter for him to do it. So therefore, this Tana holds that it would be fine for him to put out a mechitza of kalim, even if they were filled with water, in order to contain the fire, to prevent it from spreading further. And similarly, in the case above, with the case of the shel gedi, he can put it on top of the furniture in order to prevent the fire from spreading further. Rabbi Yossi argues. Rabbi Yossi oiser b'chli cheres chadoshim b'lein mayim. Rabbi Yossi prohibits this. He doesn't allow a person to do this b'chli cheres chadoshim, with new earthenware utensils, b'lein mayim, which are full with water, l'fi she'en yecholim lekabel es ha'or, because new earthenware kelim are not able to endure the fire. V'hen misbakin, and they're going to crack open, u'mechaben es hadleika, and they will extinguish the fire. The explanation of this is that normally the process of a klicheres is you make an earthenware keli, and after you've fashioned it, you need to put it into a kiln in order to harden the actual pot itself. But a chodosh, a new one, which hasn't yet been fired up and therefore sort of enhanced and protected, there's a very strong likelihood that will not be able to endure the fire, and therefore it will break and the water will extinguish the fire. And the Mefarshim explain that Rabbi Yossi is of the opinion that gram kibui is asa. He argues with the Tanakama, and he says that you cannot do a malacha even indirectly in a situation of financial loss. And the halacha is not like Rabbi Yossi, but rather like the Tanakama, who says that gram kibui is asa, and b'makom hefsid rabbanon will not goes against it. That is the end of Mishnah Hay.